Welcome everybody. Welcome this evening to Low IQ Classic Gaming. How's everybody doing this evening? Going to be getting into a little bit of Skyward Sword, Legend of Zelda. Decided to start it up a little bit different this evening and just come on with me here instead of coming on with the blank screen. Thought I'd change it up a little bit and see what's going on. So, yeah, feeling pretty good this evening. Was a little tired feeling earlier until I got the game all booted up, and I think we're about ready to get going here. I decided to change it up a little bit and play something different. I never intended to be completely ever just a Metroid channel. I love Metroid, but I think everybody's playing it right now. I've seen so many channels, like I guess because they announced Metroid Part 4 or Prime Part 4, so I guess that's what happened. But a little change up though, that is something I learned this afternoon, and I'll be probably getting used to the controls a little bit. But with Skyward Sword HD, you have the option to use the Pro controller or the Joy Cons. Okay, because it was made for the Wii, so it was made for motion control. Well, the problem with using it would have been awesome to use the Pro controller, but the problem with the Pro controller is that you don't you gain an option with the motion control. And the option is, and the game didn't have this before, you have the option to move the camera. The original game, you couldn't move the camera. You just had like basically a center button, which you still have on this. But with the Joy-Cons, you have more buttons. And and plus you have to use your sword, you're using it as a motion control. So it gives you the extra stick so it's actually a benefit to use the Joy-Cons, even though I don't like the size of the Joy-Cons and I don't have massive hands, but they're still too big for it. But they're feels kind of comfortable. And these are the original Joy-Cons that came with my Switch, which I bought the Switch the night it came out, and I'm still playing on the original Switch that I bought. So I've never really played the Joy-Cons. I've never had a game that I really used them. I usually use I've only really used the Pro controller ever so they've been used maybe the very first night I got it before I bought the Pro controller, and that's it. So I don't have to worry too much about drift at this point because they've not been used enough. So enough of me bull crapping around here, and let's get into this and see what we can do tonight. I'm not expecting to get too far in this. And I think I lied to my audience before. I think I kept saying that I had played this before, and I think I've been mistaken. I just can't remember it because I have it for the Wii. And I think I must have been playing Twilight Princess, what I was thinking about. So I'm not sure. So let's get into this. Motion controls feel pretty good on this game as well. And yes, I did start a little bit of a game to check out the controls and everything. I'm not good at naming. I've always been bad at that kind of stuff. So I may have to restart hang on just a minute, everybody. Let me do one thing. I don't know what's causing this. I've been having some, just kind of out of nowhere, I started having what seemed like, I think we're all right. So just as a stupid name tonight, I'll just put this do that. I don't like being called that necessarily on here, but that's all right. I'm afraid I'm gonna run my audience off not doing Metroid. But here is graphics look pretty good on this game. I think they kind of went the Breath of the Wild route with the way they did this color saturation. I could possibly do. I could play this one night and then play Other M one night. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I could go back and forth, just start having a little more variety. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do just yet. But using the Joy-Cons, even using Joy-Cons or the Pro Controller, allows me to kind of set more or less straight onto my screen now. And said I had to used to set at a kind of a sideways tilt with which I didn't mind so much with but with the motion control on the Joy-Cons, it's kind of a smaller. It's like it's not big movements necessarily. I do apologize now. The beginning here is going to be slow. There's a lot of dialogue. And it's just the opening of this game is kind of slow. I'll demonstrate what I was talking about earlier as well with the new camera controls on it, which is cool. I didn't realize that because last night I didn't realize where I hadn't played the game before. I didn't realize there was not camera controls like that. There's so much I guess they can do with graphics on a game like this. Well, actually, that's not true. I guess they can do a lot, but some of these games, I think they're just. I think it's kind of like I haven't played it yet, but the new. I think they can just kind of retexture it and stuff like that. But it looks good. Anyways, I do like it. I don't know if I should narrate this stuff or not. Hey, sleepyhead, I know how much you like to sleep in, so I'm guessing this letter will be your alarm clock this morning. Did I guess right? I'm not going to do that. Rise and shine, no. Today's the wing ceremony. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not one of these people on I guess people do it on OnlyFans. I have no idea. I don't have OnlyFans on the OnlyFans or but I have been by like Pornhub before, and there's people who commentate like hentai porn, and they'll play the characters, and I'm like, Jesus. All right, and get going a little bit. But see, this you can with your right stick, you can do this now. And of course, there's nothing going on now because I don't have a sword yet. But the other game, but when you use the Pro Controller, you couldn't do that. Yeah. See, the only way to really look around before is to do this, is to go into this mode, which you still can do, which is more of a it is a first-person viewpoint of everything. So, and that's by pressing technically on this is a button, but it's up on it would be up on the
Yeah.
oh. No. I guess technically I could use the Joy-Cons in a Joy-Con holder, and play it kind of like a Pro Controller, but it wouldn't give you the freedom you needed to. The freedom you'd need to swing your sword, I don't think. I do like you have a dash button. So you can still do the snap look, which I like. Yeah, that's the only problem with this game. It just starts out slow. Too much dialogue, for sure, but that's alright, it's Zelda. I'm not.
Yo. Ooh. Yo. Ooh.
Oh, that's cool. You can kind of.
Ooh.
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I'm not talking too much right now. I don't think there's anybody in chat at the moment. There's definitely nobody in chat, but nobody in here at all. This game's not exciting enough for people, I guess. A dead game, I must say. Yeah, the game's just slow at the beginning here. I assume it picks up, like I was saying. I can't remember if I played this after I started playing it. I was like, I don't think I played this. It must have been Twilight Princess I played on Wii, because I have it for Wii U as well. I just can't remember. I thought I played this game, but I just don't remember it very well. Ooh. I like it. They just got like little grunts, or instead of having voice actors. I think it was made for the Wii, so surely you could have had voice acting in this game, because you have voice acting in Prime 3, so. This game might have just been at a larger scope, and they didn't want to waste the assets to put that in there, I guess. I'm not even sure if I can't even remember if Breath of the Wild has dialogue in it other than like this. I can see this game boring the crap out of people when you come in to watch it, though, because it is very slow at the beginning. Hopefully it picks up throughout the game and you get into the more. I assume when you get on the actual ground, it's, you get to have a more open world and more less stoppage. I'm excited to get into this game a little bit. I hope the audience eventually gets into it, but you can't never tell. Wednesdays are kind of usually my bad night. It's getting to the point where it's very off and on anyway, so it's kind of strange. Hope playing different games, because I just can't. I'm just not the kind of person can't just stick to Metroid. I'm just not that. I'm just not that kind of person, I love Metroid, and it's one of my favorite, but I just can't keep playing them over and over again. There's not enough of them. There would be more if I could, if I had the capabilities right now of playing Prime Hunters, but I don't have a way to port my 3DS so I can play it's a DS game. It's just too much dialogue. It's the only problem I see at the beginning of this game. It just takes too long to get going. A lot of this just kind of sets up your basic skills, so like all these
Oh.
games do. Kind of reestablish what you have to do and how everything's going to work, but they can do it in a quicker manner. Like Metroid does it a lot quicker.
Hey!
I keep getting people in and out of here, but not any takers.
Ah,
I'm not pretty enough.
Ah!
hey!
Hmm?
I think I believe my audio sync is still on. Apologize if you just stepped in here. That's strange. I don't know why I've been having that problem.
Oh.
That looks like it's back on now. I don't know what's been going on with it.
Hmm? Oh. Hmm. Oh. Oh.
I don't like that it's not a jump button per se, it's just an action button.
Yo. Hmm.
It'll take me a while to get used to these controls. Thought the headmaster was in here. I can't remember where he was. Well, I appreciate that, Cordell. Well, I'm trying to decide right now if I want to. Where's the headmaster at? I forgot. I'm just getting used to the controls because on this particular game, you like I'm using the Joy-Cons tonight because if you use the Joy-Cons, you get the added benefit that they added camera controls. You didn't have that on the original game, so but you still got the snap to center like that. But if you use the Pro controller, you don't have camera controls. It's kind of weird. So I'm still getting used to the I apologize too, this will be kind of a slow start. This game's slow starting here to get into any action. I have played a little bit at the beginning, just like I usually do, but oh, there he is. Appreciate you being here, though. It's really nice. I did wish they'd made a little bit bigger Joy-Con, though. I know a lot of people have complained about that. You would think they would have made a aftermarket, you know, to appease the fans, but they never did. You can't even really buy an aftermarket one that's a bit larger. It's kind of weird how this game starts you out with a bunch of hearts, too. I'm not sure if when you go to the other part of the game, which I haven't been to yet, if you it takes them away from you and you got to rebuild. I'm not sure. I think I was talking to Cordell. I think I was talking last night about playing this game before. I think I was thinking about Twilight Princess. I thought I played this game though, but I do not remember any of it. I love the character design in this. The way the people look, it's just so funny. Oh, but earlier I was talking, Cordell, I was talking about, I can't decide if I want to, like, maybe alternate and play this one night and then play, like, Other M one night and kind of go back and forth so it's not too stale. I felt like playing the other games, it might have got stale playing them every night or every time I played. I'm not real sure. If we get some more people in here tonight, we'll ask about it. I'll ask again. But I still love the Metroid. I just, I don't have like a specialty in Metroid. I'm not a speedrunner. I don't have like a real reason just to grind on games, like speedrunners do. And I'm not set up yet to do and I'm not good enough just yet with like Super Metroid to do like do the map randos. I'm just not good enough yet to do that. And I just don't I just can't find a reason to keep playing Metroid all the time, even though I do love them. But I like other games too. I like Metroids, I like Super Mario Brothers and stuff. Plus other games I haven't played yet. So. Like I plan on playing sometime later on this month when it gets released. I'm gonna play Tomb Raider. I've never played Tomb Raider. Then it's getting the release for Switch. So I think it's Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3. I think they're the remastered versions. I did figure this might attract more people because there's a lot of Zelda people. Maybe not. I can understand on a tempo how it's not as exciting yet. Yet in this game. Yet. But the color palette looks pretty good on this game. And some of the close-ups actually look pretty good, especially coming up, but there'll be some later on of Link that look really good. That's what I hate about the dialogue. I forget to hit A. Like her hair has that kind of Egyptian that forward pointy ponytail kind of look. I like they have that. It's kind of and I guess the bangs, I guess, kind of a Cleopatra kind of look to her. It's kind of interesting. I'm just going to, I don't need to save it. There's nothing to save it from. This is what kind of gets boring, it's like. I don't need to be doing all this stuff, but sometimes you pick up a clue It's kind of like scanning something in Metroid Prime, you know. I've got a bad habit of not wanting to scan stuff and say like that, it shows you how to use the map and all that stuff, which, you know, I know how to do, but I'm just going to run over here. It doesn't really do anything at this point, but
Oh.
oh yeah. Well, these games are fun because once, like I'm saying, this is probably the slowest starting Metroid game that I've ever really played, because it takes a while to get kind of going in it. It feels like there's a lot of setup for, I feel like not a lot of payoff at the very beginning. But yeah, I mean, these games here get it. I mean, they're kind of, you know, they're kind of the same way as Metroid. You kind of upgrade yourself as you go along and get better weapons and more weapons and build up your health and different things like that. So that's why I always thought they should have been like more Metroid Zelda instead of Metroidvania, because Metroidvania, you don't really, other than being an action adventure game, there's nothing really. I mean, technically, I guess you get
Hey.
You get upgrades, but you don't really, you can lose them. So in Castlevania.
Yeah.
But I may, if people want to, you know, if people don't like this solely, we can go back and forth and play, you know, Metroid Other M every other night, you know. I may do that anyways, because I am kind of curious to play that game. I just had played so much Metroid in a row. You know, I played everything but Metroid 2, the original Metroid 2. Which I can play that, but I have to play it in black and white because I don't have the Game Boy Advance version. Maybe I can put it on color though. I forgot about that. Maybe I can color it. But that game right there, you talk about, you get a lot better upgrades in the game, and it overall plays better than Metroid 1, but it's freaking a cut and paste nightmare. It's just like every room you go to is almost identical. The areas are so identical to one another. But overall, I mean, I think it actually, you know, Samus looks better in it, and so. But this game here just says extraordinarily large amount of dialogue at the beginning.
Oh.
I guess you could have called it not Metroidvania, but Zeldroid. That's a good Zeldroid. There's Zeldroid games. But as Metroid has, when you play all the different Metroids, you got all the kind of similar tie-in factors. You know, and in Zelda is the same way. You like when you play through Zelda. When you play through Zelda, it's the same way. You have like you'll have similar like sounds for things, and similar weapons, and a similar type, even through the 2D versus the 3D. I don't know. Well, I don't exactly know what you're supposed to do with this here. There we go. Awesome. Now see, it kind of still does the same instructional. It takes a minute to get going this game, but I don't know why this game's so slow for it, but that's the only bad thing though, is like whenever you're dashing, it's hard to move the camera around. That's why it's just best, I guess, to do this most of the time. This is like when I played it last night with the Pro controller, I didn't really have much trouble not having the camera controls because you can just recenter like that where you're going, so it's not such a big deal, but it's nice having that feature. I kind of like playing with the motion controls too. It's kind of weird. After playing all that Metroid with it, it's kind of fun. There's an air of freedom you have with it. But I still rather have a Pro controller that works. But of course, a game like this, you're not going to have like there we go. All right. It only does that when you get a new item, when you have to chili. Wondering how to get up there. I must not be able to do that yet.
Hey!
Sorry, God. getting used, pretty used to it. Okay, here we go. Well, oh, I must not have. I didn't cut all the way through those ropes. Why is it? Whatever. Took me a second to get re-used to that. Thanks everybody for being here this evening. Wasn't sure how this game would go over. I think it's going to be pretty fun getting into it a little bit later on. Like I've been telling everybody in here so far, it's kind of a slow burn at the beginning. But we're getting past that a little bit, so. If you guys can't read that, I can read it if you want me to, but I don't think you want me doing that. I have no problem reading. It's just I don't think anybody wants me to be narrating something. I do not like these controls though. These suck. Well, because he's not responding. I'm not looking forward to this next part. This is not good. I don't know about the response. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
No!
I think on the last stream I was talking about does the Pro controller does it have motion controls in it? And yes, it does have motion controls built into it. So technically Metroid Prime 3 you can use the whip item in it with it. You just have to do this with the controller back and forth with it. So if they did do a remake of it, it's very much possible it should be easy for them to port that over. See this stuff right here, there's just too much dialogue here. It's kind of like Metroid Fusion. There's just too much dialogue in it. It's a great game, but it's just, you get stopped way too much in that game. And I hope I can do this next part right here. It's going to be hard because I didn't feel like I had good controls with I don't know why. Because everything else seems to be working pretty good on with as far as the motion controls go. To wish me luck too, not this. And I saw it the first time. I was like, well, they do got jet engines up their butts or something.
Hey! Oh.
I just wanted to do that. I just wanted to do it on purpose because that guy goes, oh. Try not to make you guys mad doing that, but it's just funny. Hi. This is very Japanese. The little sounds like this. Hi. Good Lord. Let's just get the damn thing on. Fuck. Excuse me. Excuse me. No, I'm just messing a little bit, but it's like, come on, let's have a little more talking here. I mean, it didn't bother me because I don't really mind those kind of games, but I would say it's boring for you guys to be watching because it's just.
Hey!
See, I don't know what's going on. I'm pointing up like I'm supposed to be doing, and oh, I think I know what's going on. Never mind. This don't make any sense. I don't know what's going on. I might have to put the Pro controller on just to be able to do this section. Because it's just not controlled. There's supposed to be a button you hit the flap, where you just flap and fly normally. Because you got like a dash button, and because he just wants to descend. He doesn't like, it don't make any sense what's going on here. See that when he's doing that, it means you're pointing up too much. And he's because I know how to do this on this area, but I've never done it with these controls, and they really suck. Yeah, there's just like there's no control, like it's not doing anything. I don't understand. There's like absolutely no control with it's just like it's doing nothing. That's one down. That's one negative, big negative here. Oh, well, there's how you flap. You do this motion. That helps some. My bad, everybody. Sorry, everybody, for taking so damn long with that. I finally figured it out. After I learned how to flap and get an altitude, it started controlling just fine. It didn't say anything in the training about how to do that. That was aggravating. Sorry to put you guys through that pain. It's pretty cool after you figure out how to do it. It control pretty good after that. So I can tell you figured that out. It wouldn't let it. It wasn't doing hardly responding. Oh my God! I'm sorry. I know. Freak. If any of my regulars are interested, I did get that link to the X page. It is down in the comment section or information down below, or however you get the information on whatever device you're using. But you can find the links to various things in there if you're interested in that. I will start posting there more regularly whenever I get going. I will post when I'm going online or when I'll be streaming, and I'll probably start posting some of the AI art that I do for the backgrounds for these and just some other AI art to come with, because sometimes when you put in stuff for the AI art, it spits out stuff you don't really want, but a lot of the images are pretty interesting regardless. I think it smells nice too. Yeah, kind of. I mean, maybe well, are you talking about like Other M or something? It's possible it's like Other M. Or just the overall mechanics, yeah. Have you ever played any of the Zelda games before? They're actually pretty fun. Especially the 3D ones. When they got into 3D, it got pretty good. 2D ones are excellent as well. I missed it. This one I haven't completely figured out yet. I mean, I know what's going on, but it's kind of weird. You kind of got to get in a dive, and then it's so strange. I'll get it figured out soon enough. No, damn it! What the hell? Well, I understand that, but it kind of gets erratic. It's not as hard to easy to control as you know. But you do get like projectile weapons. You like a slingshot, and you get a lot of cool items in this game. It's kind of similar to Metroid, except it's more, obviously more. What would you call it? I don't know the exact name. What you call like a Game of Thrones era, medieval time. That the knights and dragons, Dungeons and Dragons type era. I don't know what that era is really. What you would call that, but it's more of that. I guess Dungeons and Dragons is a good explanation. Sorry. I feel like there's almost a graphic shift right here because the detail looks different on really everybody, but like Link there's like a lot. Seems like there's a lot more detail in this than earlier in the game. Of course, these are more close-up shots, and you're partially in darkness that's lit by a light source, so but still, it seems like it's sharper. It's kind of. I'm just wondering if maybe it's almost like a. I guess a Wizard of Oz effect. You know, it's like it goes from the beginning where the graphics are similar to the old game, and then you go to a certain point where it shifts and you got better graphics. I don't think it's that, but it just seems weird. Like it's like they really worked on this section for some reason. I actually, Cordell, I haven't played Other M, but I understand it's third person, so it's got that similar style to it where you got your camera's following you. What I mean about Wizard of Oz, obviously probably everybody here's seen it, but Wizard of Oz, you go from black and white at the beginning, and then it changes to color. It's something I could. Another good example is, like, I watch a lot of movies, and Kino Lorber is they're a boutique company who publishes movies. You know, they buy basically movies that are, you know, they buy licensing to movies, and they restore movies. They do scans and they release Blu-rays. So they take old movies and scan them up to, you know 2K or 4K scans. So basically but a lot of their movies, for some reason, at the very beginning, I don't know if it's just how the scanner works, but like a lot of times the opening scenes of the movie, like maybe, especially, let's give an example, like a Western where you got like kind of I guess you have like kind of a musical opening. A lot of them had like a big musical, not a musical like singing and dancing, but let's like an overture at the very beginning with the title credits, like a wide shot or something, and it'll look kind of crappy. It'll look kind of blurry, but then as soon as it kicks into when it gets into the scenes, in like the high def look kind of kicks in and it gets clear. It's kind of a strange effect. That's what I'm kind of getting at. I know it's over explaining it a bit, but it's. But I never could figure out if they were doing that on purpose or it's just the scanner, how it's picking up the early frames of the movie. It doesn't. I'm not sure. Sorry, I was talking all over that stuff. I'll be perfectly honest with you, I could probably about live with playing the Pro Controller and not having but I do like being able to move the cameras and every now and then, like this. But see, this looks really good, this. I kind of hate when it goes in these type of scenes. It's cutting the screen size down for you guys, but for some reason, like when you're in the more cinematic scenes, it widens the aspect ratio. But when you're in normal play, it goes back to basically 1080s like this right here. I'm actually going to hold it up high like this. Oh, come on. I think the sword moving is better with the Pro controller, but I don't know. I'm going to have to decide which one I like better. I kind of like the freedom of the Joy-Cons, but I don't know. General movement's good, but some of that stuff is like that where you couldn't steady it. It was like weird. But a lot of that stuff when you get playing the game isn't necessarily stuff you do constantly. Oh, but Cordell, I was talking about earlier, you have ranged weapons and stuff like, I said a slingshot. I think you might get a slingshot in this game, but you have a bow and arrow, obviously. That's one of his trademarks. And I'm not sure what else in this particular game you get. I won't speculate, because I don't think I played this game. I could have swore I played this game. I didn't beat it, but I know I beat Twilight Princess, and I guess it's Twilight Princess I'd played. Because I have it for Wii U. I have it for Wii and Wii U, Twilight Princess, and just this for Wii. But I don't remember any of this stuff what I've played so far tonight, so I'm not sure what's going on. See, just too much dialogue. Just goes on and on and on. On this opening, and really, this is just like an opening. It's kind of like the beginning of Prime 3. You know, that whole section you go through before you kind of really get going. But this is so long. Like you just carry that big giant block of stone with you. I love magic. I love games, doesn't they do that? At least you can get a credit to magic.
マリまだ姉さんノムレイブシタセルスルショザザザホステイバルシュナブルホルマリエルシュナシェイラビオマリアバルガルス
But you get bombs and things like that. You should get bombs in this game. And I don't know what else you get in this game exactly, but we'll be finding out. So much dialogue in this game. I assume it'll be, we're starting to reach the kind of peak of that. Hopefully. I might be wrong. We should be getting into the venture in another 45 or 50 days, maybe. I'm just joking. It's...
Hey!
Hey! I don't have to piss right now. Let me get going and quit talking to everybody else. I don't need to talk to every single person. Maybe I do actually, but Good thing I talked to him. Oh, I twined away. Sorry if I don't do a lot of talking. I do so much damn reading. This is really my first playthrough of this game. It's no shit. I haven't even played this far into it yet. What? Okay. Okay, that's all he's gonna. I think that's all he's going to show me. Yeah, I don't necessarily mind too much. It's just this is being a little excessive. I got enough rupees to do what I'm doing, but I think the bazaar was back over here. I can't remember.
Oh!
Yep. Oh. All right. I don't need a shield. I already have a shield. I need a bottle. Is what I need.
Oh yeah! Ha Hey, hey!
Oh, must have been.
Oh!
To find me a bottle. I don't know where. Like I say, I don't know where I gotta get a bottle at. I don't know if I probably usually don't. Probably won't find them in here. Go back out.
まだハーツお茶中のチョコレート主人が行くのないんやで All right. Let's find a bottle. I think I know where a treasure chest is, but I don't know if I can get in there yet or not. Hi.
There's a chest in here. But I don't think you can. I can get in there just yet. I didn't think I would have to get into all this exploration right before I need to go on to the main game.
Hi. I'll do this real quick.
Hey!
Because he's a town creep.
Huh?
Well. That's our goal, if we can ever find the bottle. Might have to do that airship thing. Possibly one of those. Said his house has a bell in front of it. I just don't think I have anything at the moment to ring it. You probably had to have like a... Probably gonna have to have like a, at least a slingshot. That's what it looks like. But start breaking in people's houses. The typical Zelda thing. Whoop. Nothing here. Yeah. Yeah, very much so. There's always kind of the air of, like, I guess, gypsy in all these games. There's something about there's something gypsy. Like, I guess I don't know if that's is there a word for gypsism? I don't know. I think I just made that one up. I'm positive I made that one up. But. Technically, I don't think I have to have a bottle, or the bottle's just like usually a potion, but it's kind of wanted you to do it, so I don't know. I'm sure I'm missing something incredibly stupid, like I always do. This is a pretty cool little area. It's for Hey, what's up, Mike? How you doing? Hey, I'm playing something different. Problem is usually you can get some hints from people, and I've talked to just about everybody except for that little kid. Well, I didn't want to do this, but oh, never mind. That's a movement hint. All right. Oh, I see. His bell is on that, so. See, I think you had to have like a slingshot or something to ring that. So I don't think I can help that kid out just yet. One more idea before I have to figure something out. I'll be perfectly honest with you, I can probably just go ahead and go, but every time I start moving around like that, I forget to one thing you don't have so far, and maybe you learn it later on, is the roll attack. 'Cause I'm pretty sure you have that in other games before this game, so I don't know if it's something you learn later on or not. Maybe there is something I can... It says launch something at it, but I assume he's talking about slingshot or something, but because I don't see anything on the ground here that I could... I'm probably putting in more importance on that than I need to be, because this seems like a kind of a pointless quest. Because I need to be doing other things. Don't This is what kind of can get maddening in any of these games. Even Metroid, you get in these situations where you just don't really, you really don't have a Alright. I've already talked to him. I think I've talked to everybody though. That's the... I can't say I've talked to everybody though. Can't figure something out in the next 5 or 10 minutes, then I'm gonna get on my thing and fly to the lights and go down to the ground and see what's going on there. 'Cause I just don't. I think I'm kind of wasting my time here. I don't think there's anything of grand importance here. I might go over to this academy real quick up here and see if there's anything here. Oh, that's where I'm from. Jesus Christ. I just got turned around. Excuse me. We go up top here and then I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go back down in here real quick for during the day. Last time I was here it was at nighttime. This must be just where you have to return whenever you get those pieces. I'm gonna go back in here real quick.
Yeah.
She didn't go through this spiel the last time. I had to talk to her twice. This is crazy. You gotta be kidding me. Oh. That's some good scooping right there. Maybe I had to pay her for it.
Oh. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
All right, maybe we can get going here a little bit, do a little bit of adventuring. Let me find one of these save slots here in case we get. Not planning on playing a heck of a lot longer tonight. I hate to get to this point and just stop and be like, ah. Go a little bit further. Sorry I used such a basic name. I thought, well, it'd be just easier for my other game. I'm heady. No, that's Headley. Okay, I already did this.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like that map. Yep. Well. Sweet. Damn. Oh, damn it. Yeah, it seemed like the graphics is in different areas seem to be.
One thing for sure, this will take me about an hour and a half to climb back up out of here if this is where it's wanting me to go. I don't think it necessarily is. I don't know why that's so difficult to raise it up like that. There's a certain motion you're supposed to do. I don't know what's going
Well, I mean, I figured that, but yeah. Maybe. Dungeon 1 Temple. That is pretty cool, though. Pretty cool feature. I'm going to step outside here and check that beacon out, but I think that's where I'm going to end it this evening because this will be a good starting off point for the next video. Yeah, that's cool. I really like that. This game's it's going to be pretty cool, I do believe. But unfortunately, I hate getting off here now because I feel like we're just getting started. But not really. We've obviously been going for a minute, but this is pretty cool. Well, thank you everybody for stopping by this evening and watching me get started with a new game. I appreciate it. It's been pretty I mean, I enjoy it. I don't know how you guys feel about it. It's slower paced, obviously, but up until now, I think it'll start picking up. It's this a good cutting off point because if we get exploring at that area, it'll take us a while. I just can't do like 5-6 hour streams myself. I'm not going to be able to do that. Like I usually try to do 2 to 3 hour streams. I prefer to kind of do a 3 hour, but this unfortunately tonight was it just at the ending point, right? That was just a good ending point. So I believe that'll be a good place to stop it this evening. So, but yeah, I like it so far. I have not played this game. I don't know why I thought I'd played this game before. It had to be Twilight Princess, I guess. I just don't know. I can't remember. But see, if we go down the Zelda path, I got several. I have the remake of I forget the name of that every time. What Zelda remakes were made for the Wii U? The Wind Waker. I always forget Wind Waker. I have that one. Twilight Princess. I have that one. That's very crazy. It says the Skyward Sword was actually released for the Virtual Console on Wii U, and Ocarina of Time was maybe. That's pretty crazy. So this was probably just a re-release from the Wii U, but more than likely, this wasn't specifically for. But it says 2016, so that would have been pretty much like right on top of when the Switch came out. It came out, I think, early 17, if I'm not mistaken. So it would have been a pretty close. It was kind of like because they were clearly already developing Breath of the Wild before they. I guess they knew they were going to release it with the Switch, but it also got developed for Wii U because when it released for Wii U and Switch. And I was always curious. I was always curious how the gameplay was on the Wii U because the graphics would have been probably pretty close because I don't personally think they really did because see the Wii U was like 720, but so is the Switch. The Switch isn't like 1080. Like people think it's like high, it's like truly HD, but it's I mean 720 is HD really. It's I call it half HD because it's half 1080, but or whatever. It's technically not. It's half of 1440, which would be full HD. I always say 1080. It's 1440 by 1080 makes full HD. And then you got to go up to like 19. Was it like 19? Whatever. I can't think of the last number. 19 by 1440 is 4K. So, yeah, but because that's the thing about Prime 4, it won't be. It's not a 4K game. It's not a full. It's only a 720 game. That's the big deception on it. It's not even full HD, but it's supposed to be. That I don't know if there's any true information, but the rumors are that there's going to be a upscale. It's going to be upscalable for the Switch 2. When the Switch 2, I think, does supposed to be 4K, so I'm not positive about that. It'll definitely be full 1080, but I mean full HD. It'll be 1440, but I don't know how that's going to work. There's one guy. I mean, there's some people it's just a lot of speculation right now. Nobody actually knows anything, but it's been speculated. That's what everybody's afraid of. They're afraid it's still going to be a short game, but it's because the Switch doesn't have a massive capacity. And that's why I was saying the last stream is the reason they got away with the large capacity on Breath of the Wild was because it's got really kind of it's the graphics on it. It's not it's the art style that allows them to get away with it. It's not like realistic graphics. It's like more of that cartoonish, but it's not cartoonish. It's like a that washed out look. So it kind of they don't it like looks good, but it's like very it's kind of you know how the game is. But that's how they got away with having a larger game. So Prime 4 is going to suffer because of that because it uses realistic high res graphics or trying to. Basically you're going to see the similar graphics that you've seen with Prime 1, the remaster. So they'll probably be slightly better since they're actually um being developed for the platform itself. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to get my switch off. There we go. Yeah, I don't mind the Joy Cons too much. After I figured out the how the bird flies, it didn't really bother me too bad. It it that was the only thing that kind of annoyed me there for a minute till I figured it out. Till I figured out how to get the wings to flap. It was kind of crazy there for a second, but other than that, I liked the Joy Cons aren't as annoying as I thought they'd be because they're kind of small. Now I'm just playing them raw. I don't have that backing piece on here because I don't know I never used them, so I put them in a box a long time ago. I don't know where they're at. I might try to go out someplace tomorrow and see if I can find them in the store so I don't have to order them. But that's the only thing I don't like is they never made a bigger Joy-Con. These are like children's size for the most part. I mean, it works. It's comfortable for me in this capacity, but if they were slightly bigger and maybe had more contour to them and it's a little thicker, But the reason why they couldn't do it is because the whole theory behind the Switch is obviously the pocket capability. You know, you're carrying it around in a small container, basically. It's a handheld. But they could have released after they sorry, I get looking over here at the chat area and but they could have released like a larger size, a more adult size with larger buttons and everything later on, just something you could plug into the side if you never took it off the dock. Basically like me. I've had it off the dock a couple times. But what I ended up doing is I bought one of the switches that it's just a portable. It doesn't dock up. It's just I can't remember the name. It's the light, switch light or something like that. I don't know why I bought it. When it came out, it's like, man, that's kind of cool. And I had some extra money at the time, so I picked one up and I think that's what I actually played Dread on. I don't think I've ever played Dread on a large TV. I think I played the whole game in portable mode. So, and maybe that's why I haven't had the best experience playing it, which I had a good experience playing it, but I think it's why I don't have as much interest to replay it. But that's a game I need to go back and play as well on here. Um, but I don't know if if you guys would like me to like maybe play this game or not. I'm kind of getting into this game now, so I think I want to play it a bit, but I can't decide if I want to play this and then another night then play other M because I know some of the people who join us here, they enjoy watching the Metroid, but I just don't want to establish myself as just the Metroid channel. I was kind of doing that by playing a lot of Metroid, but I never intended just to play Metroid. It's just I really I got locked in. I was playing the early games, and then I got locked into the Prime series. So and I was glad I played that. I like Metroid. I like it. It's just I just need something else for a little while. I apologize about that, but if you're Metroid fans, but I just need something else, and I enjoy these games. I enjoy I mean, this is what I'm going to do on here, play games, so it's going to be different stuff. But I would like to play games so they're. I don't want to be playing something different every stream. You know, like just playing a bit of something. I'd rather play games to their completion. Okay, that's cool. I appreciate it. We will do other M, Cordell. I will do other M, but it'll probably be next. I just don't have as this what I've seen of it. I just don't have as much desire to play it because, but I have to play it so I have my own opinion of it. To be perfectly honest with you, and I love to be able to play Prime Hunters, you know, Metroid Prime Hunters on here, but I don't have a outlet. I've got to look into getting some kind of emulator. My problem with the emulators, I like original hardware, at least when it comes to the controllers, because when you start having to, there are controllers, high quality aftermarket controllers for PC and stuff you can buy, but you get into crappy controllers. Like I bought a several years ago. I thought I'd lost my original well, I didn't think I lost it. I thought I'd boxed up my original Pro controller, and when recently when I was trying to find it, it ended up just falling behind a bookshelf I had here. I'd set it on it and it fell back behind it, and I had to I had to clear some stuff. I had to move it for a like well, we had that tornado last year. We had to replace basically every window in our house. This window here didn't get broken, but the insurance replaced them anyways because they all got beat up from hail on the outside. And so when I moved the shelf out from that sits kind of under the window, I moved it out. It was there. But I'd already bought this cheap. Well, yeah, it was cheap. It was probably $30 or $40 Pro controller aftermarket. And, you know, at first when I played it, I was like, man, I really like this. and I think that's when I was playing like Super Metroids, and I was just playing. I hadn't found out that they made the Super Nintendo controller for the Switch at that time, and I I've played it for a while, and then like the jump button started like it started out it had really good it felt good. It felt a little bit better than because the whole reason I wanted to buy a different Pro controller was because the button sensitivity. The original one is there's nothing wrong with it, um, but if you guys can see this, like this is the original, and I like the design because you can't tell here, but it's like some of you guys probably have it, but you can see through the plastic and see the board underneath. But you see the button size here; they're kind of big and they're raised up a little higher. In general, it's not so bad, but for like Metroid, Super Metroid, the throw is just a little bit too the sensitivity is just a little bit too slow, and the one I end up rebuying, they're similar, but if you can see that they're not as tall and they're a little bit softer, they're not as thick, so you get better they're just more sensitive. And this one is a Nintendo. It is Nintendo, but it's like been upgraded by a different company. Wasn't expensive though. It was like only 50 or 60, I think, for this one. But it was it's made by, but as you can see, it's got like the chrome D-pad on it. That's about the only difference, but it's just solid black. It doesn't light up or anything. I don't need I don't need that. But it does have the extra buttons on the back if you want to map those buttons back here, whatever those are called. They're called like triggers or some extra trigger. I can't remember what those are called because I have one of those Pro controllers for the Xbox. I bought the Elite controller, and it's got like four of them back there. It's got four paddle. It's a paddle. That's what it's called. This isn't a paddle, but the Xbox controllers have a pad. They have like four paddles back here that you can map to. But the one I'm talking about, I bought that cheap one. I bought this one, and it's actually like the sticks feel great. Like these sticks, they got the grips and stuff on them. You can't tell. And this pattern right here is nice. The way, because especially like with Metroid, where you had to hit the pause button and everything, especially Super, and you can see the. Sorry, I've got it backwards. I'm probably making you nauseous, but the buttons are kind of shaved down too compared to that. They still have the same size, but and this is nice too. See how the shape of that, but like I was saying, like the jump button, the B, I think on it's the B button here. I believe it just stopped responding correctly. It was just cheap, it's just cheap, and it stopped like it wouldn't. But this one also has those paddles on it too. I mean, the build quality is not bad. It's just the electronics inside weren't good, so I ended up having to buy that other one. But there's nothing wrong with the original Pro controller either. It still works fine. It's just, and really playing like playing Prime or something. It probably the first time I played Prime, the remastered Prime on it, I didn't have any trouble with it. It just for Metroid, it seemed like the button there's too much motion in the sensitivity for like Super Metroid, especially if you're going through shine sparks. They get a shine spark or something like that. And like wall jumping, it's just too slow. There's too much delay in it. So, but obviously, I don't use either one of them for Super Metroid anymore. But even though even even though the buttons are generally kind of bigger on the the Super Nintendo controller. It's made for Super Metroid. You know, it's made for Nintendo games. But this is cool. I like this. This is the Wii U Pro controller. If I guess some of you've seen it before, but it's got like the sticks are on the top on both of it, so it's different. It's kind of cool. It's kind of a weird. It's a little bit weird, but it's weird how they went with that dual stick. I don't understand how they like why they went with that design. They were still trying to be different in the Wii U era. Well, actually, I take that back. Hang on just a second. Um, it has the same layout as the Wii U controller. It has that two top stick layout like that. I don't know why they went with that for, but this is what's crazy about this. It's heavy. Don't get me wrong. It's too heavy. If this was light, if this console was lighter, it would be amazing. And it is amazing anyway what it does. I've always liked it, but it's just a bit heavy. You like when you play it, you almost have to set it in your lap and play it, or you play it kind of like you're kind of sitting with it down almost, and not. I know one thing. I don't like how that case I put on. I don't like how it kind of hangs out over over your L and R buttons. It's not really intrusive, but it's not that great either. I never noticed that. I used to have a silicon on here. The other one got kind of dirty looking, so I bought this instead to try it out. But I love this controller on the Wii U. I know people didn't like the Wii U, or I think people who end up buying it liked it for the most part, but it's just they didn't release anything for it. It didn't make sense. I mean, obviously, I don't think they didn't really release anything. It didn't get released with anything hardly at all. And it's just a weird, hate when my shirts do that. It didn't get released with a large, title. It didn't get released. I don't think it had Mario or anything. But it ended up having some good titles, but they didn't give it a Metroid game. Didn't get put on there. What else didn't they didn't even develop there wasn't even a new Zelda game developed for it. They just re-released stuff. So I mean, how do you expect to sell a console when it was I don't understand it. I don't know. I've never even seen any YouTube documentaries really talking about it. I guess I could search for it and find it, but all the stuff I look for, I've never had one come up. Most people just criticize it. And I've always liked it. It's in terms of functionality, but obviously in terms of, games was terrible. But I thought the graphics at the time were amazing for it. It was, seeing some of the games they put in. Like they did eventually develop. They had like Super Mario 3D World or whatever the 3D game was for it, what it's called. And I think there might have been another side scroller Mario they made for it, but it just didn't have anything. They had like Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, which I have that. I should play that. Uh, I never played those games a lot, but I had a girlfriend at the time. Well, no, not at the time, but I probably had one at the time, but I had one later on who liked that game, and I bought that so she could play it because she didn't have a Switch, so you used to play it when she was over at my place. So I used to play it some, and those games are kind of fun. But I've never Donkey Kong Country's never been a game I've played a whole lot. But I ought to play that sometimes because that game looks really good as well. But they've never developed a new Donkey Kong Country for Switch. It's so strange. I don't understand. These are games that the people like, and there's never been a new Mario Kart developed for because they still because they're still on the Mario Kart 8, which I have that also for Wii U, which and that's a good title they developed for it. It's looks really good. It's a really fun game. Got a lot of kind of newer innovations in the game. I guess newer innovations, a few newer innovations in the game that's really fun. But they just ported it up to Switch. It's really strange because you can get the Switch Deluxe Edition, uh, Mario Kart Deluxe Edition, and I never could figure that out. Um, but they've never developed 9 or 10. It's I just Nintendo just misses the mark a lot, and they wonder why they've fallen behind over the years. They just I can't be the money because they have to have money. Because isn't the Switch like even compared to like PlayStation and Xbox? Isn't it like the number one selling console? Isn't it? Doesn't it sell better than PlayStation and Xbox both? I mean, it's a lot cheaper than those. It's probably the reason why. Eh, but kids, or is just the games that kids play? Is that the games they focus on, like Pokemon and what else is Animal Crossing and stuff like that? Is that what they? Is that all they kind of care about making? Because it's what makes them the most money instead of because they could have other things that would make them money if they concentrate on it, especially selling into the more adult audience, the nostalgic audience, like your Metroid, because there's no telling how many people will pre-order Metroid 4 Prime 4. You know, I hope I can get it pre-ordered so I can play it on here basically when it comes out. But I don't. I just Nintendo is just a weird. They're just a weird company when it comes to that stuff. They just don't. It's like they kind of. I, I don't know. There was this weird shift after the Super Nintendo when you started having like when you had Genesis that came out. It's almost like they got so mad they had competition that they were just like, "Fuck it, we don't even care anymore. We're just gonna completely do." I mean, maybe that's just a Japanese thing too, but Sega's Japanese and Sony's Japanese, so I mean, the only like real American competition, technically, you have Sega of America, but it's all still developed in Japan. And you have like I always forget the name who developed. Some of there's companies they've actually allowed to make games like the Prime games, but I always forget the name of those guys. But it's just strange. I've always been kind of weirded out by yeah. Yeah, I guess, but I mean, I just don't know if that the family selection. I just don't think it. I think they can do both. That's the thing. They can do both. But at the same time, when I say they can do both, I don't want them making like war games. I mean, technically, Prime by Metroid is kind of that, but it's kind of it's so much more, and it's fantasy too. You're not killing actual humans. You're killing like um fictional space creatures. Supposedly. So I mean, it's because I personally I don't like war games. That's why that's why I've never really had a big interest in having like especially since the Switch came out. I don't really have any interest in PlayStation or that stuff. I know there's probably some great games for that stuff, but and that's why I don't have a lot of interest in playing. I could always get on here and just play like the top games and just try to grow your crowd. That's how you're supposed to, but that's not the games I'm interested in playing. I want to play games that I want to play and the games I think fun. Oh yeah, Call of Duty. Oh, they actually had Call of Duty on GameCube. I didn't know they allowed that stuff because see that was a big thing because I did get Call of Duty for the Wii U. That's because I'd never had played one, and I thought, well, I'm gonna buy one and check it out because it's like the first time in a while they allowed like third parties to develop games or something like it, or third parties are actually interested in developing games for Nintendo because they had a fairly decent platform to develop games for, or it was it had enough horsepower they could port it over. But that's about the last one I had. Now I don't mind like maybe a game like I wouldn't care playing a game like Red Dead Redemption, which I've never played, but I've always been interested in playing like Red Dead Redemption and shit, what's the TV show it's out real right now? I actually have it over here part 4 of it. Hang on a second. Let me grab my the games games I do have. All my games are in here except oh shit, I'm sorry. I hit that. Yeah, that game would be cool. I don't know if that's available for Xbox. If there's one available for Xbox One, but this is the stuff I had for Xbox One. It's like Wolfenstein. I can't remember if I bought that game or that girl I was seeing bought it because she liked that game. Wolf, shit, I have Wolfenstein too. I don't know really why I bought those for. There's Halo. That's that Halo. I think that's the remastered. I think it's a trilogy. Yeah, the Master Chief Collection. I think it's 1, 2, and 3 remastered. I believe. I could be wrong. I know 1 and 2. I know there's I know I'm not wrong about that. Fallout. Excuse me. Fallout. Have Fallout 4. So I don't have very much for this. Had like that. I had a roommate at one time. Titanfall's another. I'm reversed here. I had like that. I think that was. Is that Tiger Woods then, or did he already? No, Roy McIlroy. I think Tiger Woods has already I did play some of Titanfall. These games I don't mind as much because they're kind of futuristic, kind of these are like they're kind of cool. And the same thing with I like kind of the post-apocalyptic aspect of Fallout. I like that. But this is like when you get into this is the last game. That's the games I was talking about right there. That SSX. That's the one for the 360. But this is like the SSX. That's SSX3. That's for the original Xbox right here. I didn't know. I forgot I had 3. Yeah, there's 2 SSX2 for that's for Xbox. It's tricky. And then there's that Walking Dead. That's 360 game. Sorry, I have them mixed up. Now I'm thinking about maybe for Halloween playing maybe this game, this Walking Dead. I guess I would have to hook up the Xbox, which that's not a huge deal now. But I'm thinking about hooking up the Xbox and playing that game, maybe that Walking Dead game for and that's about all I have. I have some other Xbox games, but I don't know where they're at. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I had some more Xbox games. I had like that Star Wars games for Xbox. That Star Wars that where you play as the Jedi. It's like Jedi something. But this is my Nintendo case here. Sorry, I just got old collecting like physical media habits for physical media channel habits where I showing what I have. That's just a bad thing. But I have like this for the Wii U, the Super Mario Maker. Oh no, never mind. I have a Walking Dead for Wii U. I don't think that's the same game. Survival Instinct, and there's that Donkey Kong. I think that's the Donkey Kong Country. Yeah, Tropical Freeze. That's Tropical Freeze. Yeah. And there's the two Zelda, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. There's Zombie U and 007 Legends. I think that's a game I like to go back and play too. 007. Zombie U might be the game I play for. I might start a new game with that on Halloween. It'd probably be the only night. That might be the only single night I play a certain game. Super Smash Brothers and what is that other one? Super Mario Brothers U. Yeah, I think Super Mario Brothers U is the side scroller I was talking about. There's that Hyrule Warriors. I think I talked about that one night on here. That's just that. It's just like a fighting game. You just run through and you just kind of mow down enemies. It's kind of boring. I didn't even play it very much. And that other game was like this is NES remix. I think it's one of those ones that has a bunch of I don't think it has games on it, but it's kind of mixed up. You got to display like competition type stuff on them. Yeah, there's a Super Mario World 3D, and there's Mario Kart 8. So there's the last, and it's just that Nintendo Land that comes with the Wii U, and there's the game we're playing right now. You can't hardly see it; it's gold, but that's I think that's Skyward Sword right there. The Wii version. This is the Wii version. And no, I'm sorry. That's Twilight Princess there. I'm sorry. This is the one we're playing right now. This is a Skyward Sword right here. The Super Paper Mario. And there's SSX Blur for the Wii and Tiger Woods PGA 10 and Mario Kart for the Wii and Super Mario Brothers for the Wii. That's a good game too, Super Mario Brothers. AMF Bowling Lanes and Metroid Prime for GameCube. And what else? And then there's another SSX game for the GameCube. And Mario Kart, I think Mario Kart for GameCube. That's about it. Yeah, Halo's it's fun too. I mean, I could play Halo again because it's the same way, even though because you're ultimately going up against space aliens, so it's kind of a fantasy shooter as well. So I don't mind that as much. It seemed like it's just one I didn't get into as much. I'm pretty sure I beat the game, but two I got really into two. Two had the brutes in it, the really big guys, and your combat movement had to be really good to kill them because they were really difficult. I think they were like the apes. The brutes were like the ape guy. They were like kind of like gorillas or something like that. They're really big. But yeah, they're fun. But other than that, we'll eventually do that one of these days. Play that. we'll eventually get into that one day. Oh crap! Well, everybody, I appreciate having a pretty nice audience tonight. I wasn't sure at first how everybody would respond to playing a Zelda. I mean, everybody's played the Legend of Zelda at one point or another. Highly encourage everybody playing some of them because they're fun. I haven't played like Wind Waker. I've never played all the way through. I played to a certain point, but it's this weird game. It's weird though. You have to do something where you play music on like a flute to do things, and it's like really gets really difficult, and it wasn't really necessarily made for the Wii U, so the controls are weird for it. I could figure it out again now, but I didn't have the patience for it when I was playing it before. But I played through some of it. But you travel around. It's kind of almost like that. Someone like that the DS game where you travel around on a train. It's a Zelda game, but you travel. It's like Victorian era. It's something weird. It's like it's weird, but you travel around on a train to go to different like castles and stuff like that. It's a strange thing. Yeah, yeah. The Covenant was much more. They're much tougher. Yeah, Halo's definitely was designed to be this like very big action movie type of game where you're just running through mowing stuff down and I don't really remember. There's not really puzzles and stuff in that game that I know of. There's not. You don't really do that. It's just combat missions essentially. You have to get through certain levels and it just really kicked the shit out of stuff. That's about it. But it's fun. Well, like I said before, I was getting ready to say I'm gonna go ahead and get off here this evening and get going. I've been working I don't do a lot of Legos anymore. Just every now and then I'll get one. I always like the Lego Architect series where you build like kind of real stuff. I just don't have room for the stuff. I boxed a bunch of stuff up. The only stuff I have is these like city scenes where you build like they'll have like a little representation of like different cities of the world, and I've got a bunch of those set up because I can set them up on a shelf that I have. I have a bunch of those, but I have a bunch of like the houses and things as well, but they're all boxed up. But right now, I did find one. I went to Costco yesterday, and they had a bunch of Legos in there, and I went down the aisle, and they had one I couldn't pass up no matter what it was. It's the Formula One Senna car, the McLaren MP44. The Senna's when Senna was with McLaren. It's really cool. Let's see. I don't have the picture. I don't have you. It's that car. So it's really cool. I couldn't pass that up. I couldn't decide if it was one of those things that I'm not a box, keep it in the box kind of person. I want to build it. So I really thought, if I just find it pointless to be like, maybe I should just buy two of them, but I didn't want to spend $140. It was like $70 for that fucking thing. It's like everything else, Legos. But I like racing, I like Formula One and IndyCar, NASCAR a little bit, drag racing. I grew up drag racing, and my grandfather had an ARCA team back whenever I was a baby. ARCA is just like a kind of a smaller subsidiary of NASCAR, but so I've grew up around cars. I love racing, stuff like that. But I couldn't pass that up because that's like considered one of the best built Formula One cars ever. And at least of the era. But obviously, that's not like the new cars. But I like that era car better because I don't know, it just felt like a real car. The new cars are so sanitized. But I can understand that was still back in the day. Well, yeah, people were still dying a lot back in those days, but But Senna didn't die in that car. He'd moved to a different team when he died. Into a smaller team, and when he had his wreck and died. Um, but yeah, I've made bad jokes about Formula One. I was like, man, if it just wasn't as fun, it's not as fun anymore when people aren't dying every race. But it was bad back in the '60s. The '60s when they came out with the monocoque chassis back in it really kind of got going by the early, like kind of 63, 64, 65 in that era. Whenever they first when Lotus, they first designed it and started building that style car, and everybody went to it. Once they built those cars, they were like death traps on wheels because it was light and fast, and they called it like the bathtub. The bathtub. They're rolling coffins. I think is really what they called them. But you're surrounded by gasoline, like the chassis. You had your center. You sat in the center of the car, and on both sides of you were gas tanks. So they just exploded, and you didn't have any like rollover protection. Your head was literally just exposed. So it was crazy air. I mean, you had to have balls of steel to drive those cars. I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, you had to have kind of a death sentence to know you're getting in a car, because back in those days, there's a period of time, probably for a decade at least, from 65 to 75, where people died about every race. And that was back in the era where they wouldn't even stop the race if there was a wreck. I mean, the wreck had to be bad and on the track where it blocked the track. Because if it didn't block the track, they didn't stop racing. There was no caution. They just kept going. and if somebody's laying dead on the side of the track, they kept racing. Yeah, crazy stuff. I mean, I understand why they've done stuff over the years, but it takes the excitement out of it. It's like drag racing, like Top Fuel and stuff like that. If you every time somebody dies, they're like, they're changing safety stuff and doing something or trying to slow them down and this and that. And it's like, well, once you guys step back and look, you're just strapping a 10,000 horsepower motor that's essentially a bomb onto like rail, just like a few tubes of steel. What do you expect? I mean, you just people that's the same thing, that's the kind of mentality, and they just kind of forget their own mortality or something when it comes to that stuff. They don't understand that you're doing something extremely dangerous. People are going to die doing it. I mean, that's just how it is. Like going to war. Unfortunately, as bad as I hate that stuff, but you death's part of it. Flying competitive airplanes, your your luck may, you never know when your luck's going to run out. Like I used to ride motorcycles and stuff like that, and just one screw up on a motorcycle. I mean, a car can be the same way, but a car there you stand some chance of protection if you're using the safety equipment properly, wearing seatbelts, stuff like that. But on a motorcycle, at one fuck up, you're dead. Especially at any kind of speed. And a lot of times the fuck up's not your fault. It's it's just somebody in a car that don't know, and you can't blame everybody in a car because not everybody has ridden a motorcycle and understands it. But that's the problem too, is like, you can't stop on a motorcycle. People think it's small and you just stops on a dime, but it's not the reality. You hit your back brake in a motorcycle, you skid for a long time, and you go out of control. You can't apply the front brake, but you got to apply the front brake sparingly because you'll throw yourself over the front of the handlebars. If you slam on the front, you'll cause yourself more of a problem. But, it has to be kind of a 70-30 mix or 80-20 mix on the brakes. So yeah, so it's all dangerous. I don't know why I got off on this tangent. I'm sorry, but yeah, but I enjoy every now and then I'll build Legos. I mean, it's just you just run out of room for crap like that, and it's got so expensive anymore. Like it has to be really cool Has to be something really cool, and that was really cool. So on that note, I think everybody's probably ready to get out of here after talking about all that stuff. I appreciate it. Everybody sticking around. Appreciate everybody being here this evening too. It's really nice to watch this game and stuff because this game I think is going to get exciting. So I would encourage you guys to show back up and check it out. Like I say, I have not played it, so I don't know what's coming up. And this game will probably be. I guess I'll play. I guess I'll play it ahead a little bit. I'm almost like I didn't mind doing Halo. Halo. I didn't mind doing Metroid like that, but I don't know. I just I don't know if I'll do it like that or not. I'm not sure if I'll do this game like that or not because I just don't like getting stuck. Like sometimes I don't like getting stuck because sometimes you miss a clue and you can't figure out what in the hell to do, and then it ends up being stupid. Like earlier with that potion bottle, I got stuck, but I talked to that woman, but you had to talk to her again. It's freaking strange. Well, everybody, I'm gone now for sure. I've been bullshitting forever. So until I'll just keep saying until the next mission, even though that's not the saying on Zelda. So I'll see you guys the next mission, the next quest, and I'm